How's it going, my friends? This guy you know coming at you. The first of what I hope to be many, many videos to come. So first I want to just do a little intro, let you guys know what's happening. And just to let you know, there are going to be rapid fire videos coming out today. I hope to do at least 4, is what I've got on the agenda. But just to give you a breakdown, little intro. So I am 25 years old. And as you can see, I am recording this at the back of my truck. And here's what we're doing. About 2 or 3 weeks ago, I was working and I had a couple of realizations. Number one, this quarantine has been very good for me. We're rocking into our 4th month. June 7th, 2020 is the date. And at the very, very beginning of all this, I was in a different place. I was a bar manager in a busy city, and everything kind of stopped. And for the first couple weeks, I treated it like a vacation. And then the 3rd week rolled around and I started to get restless, and I started to, question things about conventional living and what society expects of you. And I decided that it was no longer for me. So what I mean by that is in life, when you're a young adult, so just to give you guys perspective, I'm 25, okay? And my entire childhood I spent, with a big family. I have a huge family, and family time and family vacations, or family trips, not even really vacations, but weekend trips, camping, fishing, hiking, being out in nature, and seeing all of these beautiful gifts that are on this earth. I can't tell you the last time that I went to my favorite spot on this planet to hike. I just don't remember. Sure, I've got pictures, and I could probably dig around and find some old receipts in my gear and figure out the last time that I went to a cabin in the woods or went to Red River Gorge, Natural Bridge. I love Kentucky. The Appalachians were like my second home. But couldn't tell you the last time I went and did that. And I started to look back over the last decade of my work life. And I started to not like what I was seeing. I started to realize that conventional society, what they deem productive, doesn't interest me. Doesn't turn me on like that. Societal pressures dictate that you get a job and you accrue debt and pay bills and buy a house and buy a car, and you work 8 to 10 to 12 hours a day, or however much you have to work in order to survive and support a family and raise a family, and you have to do all of these things to be a productive member of society. But where's the personal time? Because 24 hours exist in a day, no more, no less. And you're supposed to get between 6 and 8 hours of sleep a day, okay? So if there's 24 hours in a day, 8 hours, that's a third of your day right there, gone to sleep. And then you have to take into account the workday. Well, let's just say you're working 8 hours a day at a full-time job. Boom, there's another third of your day gone. So you're left with a third of your day left, 8 hours. But in those 8 hours, you have to get ready, do a morning routine, get dressed, eat breakfast, shower, shave, brush your teeth, get to work. So let's just say at a minimum, it takes you From the time you roll out of bed to the time you walk in the front door at work, it takes you an hour, let's just say. Because, you know, you got to travel, you got to work, you got to get there, you got to eat, you got to get dressed. So let's just say bare minimum it takes you an hour to get home, or to get to work. So then, while you're at work, let's just say you're on the lucky end of the spectrum and you get an hour for lunch when most people get 30 minutes, okay? So there's another hour gone. And then what time are most people getting off work? 4, 5, 6? Okay, so 4, 5, 6 in the evening. You're getting off work. You're not getting home from work, you're getting off work. Then you gotta get home. Well, what happens at 4, 5, 6 o'clock, especially these bigger cities? Sometimes rush hour is rush 2 hours or rush 3 hours. You know, you can't account for traffic jams and getting involved in accidents and all this other stuff, right? Well, then you got to eat dinner. So it's 7, 8 o'clock at night now. But you were supposed to have 8 hours. But now it's 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night, and you've eaten dinner, and let's just say you go to bed at midnight to wake up at 5 a.m. to get to work at 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. So from 8 to midnight, that's 4 hours. Well, what's going on 8 to midnight? What can you conceivably do from 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night to midnight to enjoy the rest of your day, your third of your day? Not a whole lot, right? Well, I've decided that enough is enough. I'm too young to waste my life behind a desk or at a corporate office or in a cubicle or even at a bar. Don't get me wrong. I loved working at 16-Bit Bar and Arcade. It was a fantastic place to work. The culture that they created was incredible, accepting, and downright fun. One of the most fun jobs I've ever had in my life. But I was working, you know, 6, 7 o'clock in the evening to 4 in the morning on a Friday and a Saturday, and that's a good day. You know, sometimes you're there till 4:30 or 5, just with cleanup and all that. So I decided that I'm gonna pack all that in, pack up my truck, and hit the road. I have a plan, and I'm gonna outline it for you guys, but that's another video. And then the other videos that I'm gonna do are the gear and the setup that I've got going on. But that's it, man. I'm hitting the road. I'm seeing the country. I'm doing what I've always wanted to do. I'm traveling. I'm gonna be working across the United States, paying my way across the United States with working. There are opportunities out there that the average everyday person just has no concept of them existing. Like, did you know that there are seasonal resorts and ranches that always need seasonal workers, and some of them offer room and board? So not only are you getting to spend time in a beautiful part of the country, but you're living for free, and you know, you have a place to sleep for free, and you're getting paid. And hopefully it's somewhere new and exciting, and there's, you know, nature and monuments and hiking and swimming and all of this natural, beautiful stuff that this country has to offer. And you're basically doing all that so that you can go to these new areas and see these new things and experience life. That's what this is about, you guys. This is about experiencing life. This is about finding where, you know, your inner self wants to be, and finding where you're going to give yourself enough room and enough spiritual fertilizer to grow and become the person that you want to be. Because I know for a fact, you guys, there's some people, their whole dream is to live and die in an office and make millions of dollars. That doesn't turn me on. I want to experience things. I want to see things, do things. I want to be the guy that has so much experiences that I don't know how many stories I've forgotten because I have to make room for new stories. So that's what this is all about, you guys. Stay tuned, and I will update you guys further.